Today's detail is, I have no idea. Hello, friends. Today's detail is, I have no idea. It's a detail that I did my first year in detailing. I did not check back and see which one it was, so never mind that. It is just for a visual effect. Anyway, today's video is about the tips and tricks of detailing at a dealership. That is something that a lot of people are interested in, and they hear mixed stories about it and so on. So, because that's what I do a majority of the time right now, I thought, why not share some of the things with you that will help you move forward in your journey? So, I'm going to start with the tips, and these are things that you need to know when you are going into dealership detailing. So, number one is time management. Time management, meaning you have to get the best detail in that car in the shortest amount of time possible. You're not going to make a lot of money, but you have to learn to get fast, get speedy, take shortcuts. Got me? That's what you got to do. So, tip number two is be upfront with the dealer. If you see a detail and you are not sure that you're going to be able to make it perfect, if that's what they're expecting, voice the expectations up front. Do not be afraid to say, we don't know how long this has been baking in the sun. I'm not going to make any promises, but I will give you my 100%. Now, tip number three is there's going to be quite a few shortcuts that you can take in a dealership detail. However, not every detail is the same. Not every car is the same. So you may not use some shortcuts on one detail, and then the next day you'll use them all. You may use on the third day some of the other shortcuts, but not the ones you used on the first day. Everything is going to change from car to car. And then the next tip, and this is my final tip, but it is probably the most important, and that is have a plan of attack on that detail. When you open those doors and you see what you are going to be battling, create a plan of attack right away. Meaning, am I going to use the steamer? Am I going to have to use the extractor, or can I do a dry extraction? So those are my tips when you go into detailing at a dealership, because if you do not have these tips, this could really set you back a little bit. So always have these in mind. Now, I'm going to get into some tricks. Now, these are tricks that at first I didn't know. I had no idea. I was detailing those cars front to back, doing everything. I had the steamer out, I had the extractor out, I was doing anything and everything I could to that car, and it was taking me about 6 to 8 hours per car. Something that was definitely not managing my time well with. So, let me give you these tricks to maximizing your time in a dealership detail. So, number one is going to be, if you can wipe it down, wipe it down. Don't pull out the steamer and wait on it to warm up. Don't get a bunch of brushes out. If you've got one you can use that is good for everything, use it. But if you can wipe it down with a microfiber towel, which over time you will learn there's a whole lot you can do just by wiping things down, do it. Use the inexpensive products. LA Totally Awesome is a really good one to use. It's going to save you a lot of money. However, there is a trick to it, and it's very easy to abuse it. When you buy it in the spray bottle or even in the gallon, both of which are concentrate, and they state that on the bottles and the jug, you are going to have to dilute it. So bring an extra container if you have the spray bottle and dump a majority of it into the container. And then as you go, use 1 ounce of LA Totally Awesome and the rest water in your spray bottle. You're going to do better with that. If you do not, you are going to cause damage. Without a doubt, it usually happens. I don't know too many people that have not caused damage by using LA Totally Awesome full strength. Just don't do it. Okay, so trick number 3, dry extract every seat if at all possible. There are going to be times, it is inevitable, that you are just going to have to get your extractor out. But if you can spray APC on those seats, brush it in with a brush or even a drill brush, and then vacuum it with the shop vac, and then mop it up with a microfiber towel, do that. If you have to get the extractor out, it's going to take up a lot of your time. Here's the other problem. If you're leaving a lot of fluid behind, those vehicles are going to be sitting in the sun with the windows up. The dealership's not going to leave the windows down. You could create more problems than what you really wanted to create in the beginning. Now, along the same lines, trick number 4, you can do the dry extraction if it's possible. Sometimes you may have to get the extractor out. However, you can also wipe them down as if they are a hard surface. You take your APC, spray it on the carpet, use it in a microfiber towel or even a terry cloth towel in these cases, and wipe those carpets as if it was a hard surface. I'm not kidding. A lot of times you can sneak by just doing a wipe down on the carpets. It's weird, yes, but when I learned it, I was like, okay. And some of those carpets do much better when you do it that way. And along the same lines as the last 2, trick number 5, the floor mats. Yes, spray them down, brush it in, do your best to vacuum it out, obviously, in the beginning, and just wipe it. You can accomplish a lot on those floor mats and make them look pretty good just by spraying them down and mopping it up. Just keep in mind that sometimes, again, you will have to get the extractor out. It's all going to depend on the car. Remember, every detail is going to be different. The next trick is going to be the engine bay. A lot of times the dealers will want you to do an engine bay wash. If they are paying for an engine bay wash, go ahead and wash it however you need to do it. Otherwise, do a really good wipe down. So you can accomplish a lot in the engine bay just by spraying some APC down, using a detail brush, wiping it down, and using a little bit of dressing. Whatever you choose. Just don't use your expensive products, and keep it short and sweet and simple. So the next trick, and this is one that a lot of people do not do, and there are many different ways to accomplish this. But when you want to go the affordable way, meaning you want to go to the Dollar Tree, this is a good way to do it. If you want to spruce up the scent inside the car after you've detailed a little bit, you can use Lysol. Lysol from the Dollar Tree. Now, get you one that smells kind of fresh, you know what I mean? Not the alcohol scented ones, and you know what I'm talking about. Spray a little bit on the carpets, the headliners, and keep the engine bay open because you're going to want to spray it into the intake. And let the vehicle run for a minute with it on recirculate. That way, it will come through the system and it will give it a good scent while it is on the line and until it's sold. After that, it's not your problem. You know what I mean? So the last trick that I have is on the exterior, use a rinseless wash. Do not, I'm telling you, please, do not get the foam cannon out, the power washer, all that drama, all the wheel cleaning kits. Don't go to that trouble. Learn how to use a rinseless wash. Learn how to use it in the bucket and learn how to use it in a pump sprayer. There are some that you may need to use the bucket, but that's okay. I mean, you're using 1 gallon of water. What if you had to connect to their water? They're going to be going, no, I'm good, thanks. You can accomplish quite a bit with a rinseless wash. So just keep it short and sweet and simple. Simple. Simplicity. There's the word. Simplicity. Anyway, I hope these tips and tricks have helped you to maybe develop some ways that you can get through a dealership detail very quickly. Remember, time management is what it's all about. No, you're not going to make a lot of money, but you will learn how to get through a detail quicker. But remember, here's my last tip. Do not detail your outside customer vehicles the same as what you would for a dealership. It's not fair because they're paying you a premium price for a premium detail. So the outside customers get the royal treatment. Okay? Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for hanging out on my channel. I sure do appreciate it. And if you'll take a minute to hit that like button, maybe leave me a comment. And if you're not subscribed, I would love to have you, so hit that subscribe button. And until the next video, guys, again, thank you, and we'll see you later.